a mystery or get prepped for a fight. Your favorite handful of die-hard dice tonight. Against those high DCs, a 20 would be nice. Please no one's die-hard dice. Need a crit, you gotta roll with die-hard dice. Let's get dangerous. Die-hard dice. Die-hard dice. Rolling scrolls and misshaped spheres, it's so hard to decide. So many colors and designs the Die Hard can provide. Which ones should I procure? So give me some advice. You need some Die Hard dice. Oh well, we suggest you roll with the best. Die Hard dice. Let's get dangerous. Die Hard dice. Don't be dice jail for these bad boys. Die Hard dice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Dead Men Tell No Tales, a Ghosts of Saltmarsh story. I am Tessa, your DM for the evening. Thank you, everybody who is tuned in and has been coming along since the very beginning. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time tonight, welcome. Hopefully, we will not be too confusing as we jump into our final episode. As you can see, Coral is not here with us yet. She will be joining us as soon as she can. She got held up at work, unfortunately, but will be here soon. So let's start with some introductions, and let's go a little bit out of order tonight, and let's start with Urzok.
I think you started with me last week too, but that's fine. Hi, I'm Loki. You can find me in places where people can be found on the internet at Loki Sooner, and I'm here playing Urzok Stormcrow, the half-orc druid, and guest star company to the party.
Yes. And Jaffer.
Hello, I'm Zach. I play Jaffer Zanzib, the Rock Gnome Artificer. You can find me on Twitter at DuskFayDruid. You can also find me on the Nerdsmith Discord where I run one-shots.
And Gwilyn.
Hello, I'm Autumn, and I play Gwyn Hayes, the CL fighter. You can find my art and writing and other possible podcasts and maybe other games that I will be in the future at Basalanta Blaze on Twitter.
And Fortune.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me on Twitter at J with 2 Y's, TAXE. I did the art for the stream, and I also play Fortune, Tiefling Monk. Think I can open commissions now. And I will post on Twitter about all the things that I'm doing, which are happening at some point. It's a lot of vagueness.
A lot of vagueness as things are coming up and going away and coming back. And not least, but last, unfortunately, tonight, Crackers.
Good evening. My name is Crackers. I play the role of Crackers on this particular live stream. And with me, as always, is my assistant, Matthew, who you can find as the Dungeon Master for the Land Above podcast. And you can find him on Twitter at Matthew A. Siebert.
Excellent. Right, so last week, you all ventured deep into the Dreadwood Forest. You fell asleep, had your first watch, It was mostly uneventful, although one of you had some nightmare issues. And then, when you woke up, you realized that 3 of your party members were still asleep, as Gwillin, Crackers, and Coral had succumbed to the nightmares of Granny Nightshade, leaving them completely comatose and asleep. At the suggestion of Urzok, you all found some candle-capped mushrooms, and knowing the secret of the Dreadwood being so close to the Shadowfell, you created a concoction and ate those mushrooms because your DM is an idiot and didn't think about the fact that you did mushrooms to go to a new plane of existence because I am dumb.
I mean, they were magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Say.
So, Urzok made some sentinels to watch over your bodies for the next 24 hours as you went into the Shadow Dreamscape to find your friends. You fought a Nightwalker that was terrorizing them, and freed Crackers and Gwillin and Coral from the influence of the Dream Realm, though you are all still there at the foot of the Tower of Granny Nightshade. Some of you were a little worse for wear after a fight with such a creature. And I think that's where we'll jump on in, so let's set sail, shall we? For the final time. Just so chat knows, at the end of, I'm not sure how long the final combat will take. At the end, we may be doing a bit of an epilogue and some question time. So if you have any questions, jot them down, and afterwards we'll see if we can't get those answered, either for questions for either the cast or for myself. Okay? All right. And now I will let you guys start role playing.
Jeffra walks over to her 2 mechanical turrets, one looking like a medium-sized clockwork crab, and the one a clockwork turtle. And she, dragging herself, seemingly injured, begins to wind the back of them, and they shrink down to a tiny size, and she puts them in her bag.
Not looking so well there, friend. You alright?
Yeah, I feel young again. I'm sore. I'm glad that nightmare is over.
Yes.
Likewise.
We are quite lucky you came upon us when you did. It was most terrifying.
Eh.
So, do you require healing?
Oh no, it's not that kind. I just, I don't think this could be brought back immediately. I need to rest if we are to do that. This is kind of not the best place to do that, though.
No kidding.
Well, I mean, it's not like you can go to sleep here and end up in an even deeper, darker realm, is it?
You ever see my dreams?
No, I don't think we have those mushrooms here with us.
Mushrooms?
Oh yes, that's all we got here.
If I look around, I don't see those glowing candle top mushrooms.
There are no candle caps in the Shadowfell, no. They are a one-way ticket. But as Urzok assured you, when the effect wears off, you will wake up where your bodies are being guarded by the sentinels he created.
And we had just woke up too, so
Mm-hmm.
not tired. I'm just sore.
I was hit in the face with great frequency. I do not feel so good.
My could rest, please, for a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'm not particularly tired now. I could watch over her for a bit if you lot need a rest. Or we've got healing potions still as well.
If we are going to take on a... What is the technical term? A follower of Rinth. I believe those healing potions may come in handy then. If we can rest now, we should do so.
Yes.
Alright. Well, I'm
Probably a
not
good idea.
used to sleep. So I'll gladly take first watch.
Yes,
That was weird.
I think you've slept enough already.
I didn't care for it either.
So are we considering this a short or long rest?
It depends. Does Jaffer want to get back all of their lost hit points and regain their maximum? Or do you just need a quickie? That came out real bad. A quick rest.
I mean,
It won't do much good to make it a short one.
Is the dragon mother reptilian?
There's a bonfire after stream if you want to find out. Can't see other reference. No, a little bit of rest won't really help. This is kind of the thing that I need to rest for a long time. Which I don't think is in the cards. I'm fine. We can rest for an hour and then go.
Are you sure?
Because you don't exactly look it, no offence, friend.
You're looking
Watch.
slightly puny, even for yourself.
I'll kill you when I wake up.
Okay.
You are welcome to try.
Coral,
Oh, aye.
do you have any manner of restoration spell that might be able to help Jaffa?
Let me see. That would have been helpful for Tessa to have pulled up Carl's character sheet for this.
This and all other things can be handled with D&D Beyond.
This is true.
Please sponsor us.
Look it up.
Please, please.
Let's see. It does make it so nice and easy when I can look at your character sheets. Ooh, Coral gets to pick some spells when she gets back on stream too, because she's still level 13. Maybe I will just go ahead and say, yes, I can do that. Actually, she does have that, so she will head over and touch Jaffer on the shoulder and cast Greater Restoration.
Oh my, thank you.
Ambiguous healing for everyone.
And you are feeling much better. Your hit point maximum is restored.
Okay.
Now, you still need to be healed,
Yeah.
but you at least have your hit point maximum back.
She feels better, but
Promise.
comparatively worse.
Yeah. It's
I mean, that's-
like her muscles like strengthen up again, but then show bruising. Like, oh yeah, okay. I hate this. Percentage-wise, I
not
feel
much.
worse.
The color returns enough to your skin so we can see that the rest of you is in fact a bruise.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
Do
much,
we-
but take the healing potion, please.
I was going to
I'm
ask,
not
do
gonna
we
use it.
do we have enough healing resources that we don't need to take the rest? Because I mean, how many are you down, Zach?
I mean, with a short rest, I can just use all my hit dice.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yes. Let's take an hour,
Can do that.
and during
I-
that time,
Go ahead.
I shall sing a song of rest. So you shall gain an additional 1d10 hit points.
Excellent.
Gillen's keeping watch, just in case.
It's a little strange hearing Crocker's cheery song echoing through the darkness of the woods here. But it does bring you comfort. Also, Zach, with that Greater Restoration, it has undid the effects of your Granny Nightshade's spell on you. You are no longer at disadvantage on your saving throws.
Oh, good.
Zach, are you just using all your hit dice?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know if there was worthwhile to hold any in reserve. I'm not used to being in these circumstances.
Not unless we have another hour, which I don't think we will.
Probably not. All right.
Shoot the shot.
I do want to point out, it did take me 3 hit dice to refill my hit points. I lost like 10 hit points. I rolled back.
All right, this is where my ignorance of how this is supposed to work betrays me, because I checked all the boxes and I got me no hit points back.
Well, you gotta roll it, and then you'll have to basically heal yourself up for those. It's just a marker to show you use those hit dice, but then you have to manually add them.
Okay. Do I need to do just manual dice rolls, or is there a tool in the app that'll do that for me?
You'd have to manually dice roll.
Awesome.
That is the only thing that I wish that D&D Beyond had that it does not, is a auto dice roller. That would be very nice. But if you use Heroes on World Anvil, not only do you get the same functionality as D&D Beyond, you also do have the automatic dice roller in there. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we will be using Heroes for Goonies Season 2 for that exact reason. Some of us are already on there if you want to learn a little bit about our characters. But that's all I'm going to say for now.
Hooray for sufficient high numbers to get all my hit points back.
Yay! All right. So you take your hour. It is uneventful. It's eerily quiet, though, aside from Cracker's song. Nothing around you except for the tower. No plant life comes even near it. It's almost like a perfect circle around it where there's nothing before the tower's entrance.
It's not ominous at all.
So this is it.
Yes.
One
Right.
Death Knight and one Grandma. And then we did it.
We did this. There's probably going to be more to be done.
Sure. I mean, we outfitted our ships. If we have to go back and fight on a ship, that's fine. This is out of my element a bit.
Ah, we got this.
I'll just hang out in the back.
Don't worry about it. You got the back. I got the front. We'll get this.
I've always got your back, Quinlan.
Likewise, Jaffer.
Good to know.
Well,
After you, then.
everyone ready? All right,
Yes.
let's go.
All right. You make your way up to the tower and realize that there is no door. It's just an open tunnel in. As you get further inside, you realize there is a staircase that spirals up and a staircase that spirals down. Which path would you like to take?
Any takers for up or down?
Do we hear anything that would lead us one way or the other?
Make a perception check, those of you who are listening.
25.
Much less than
22.
25.
You can hear a soft whispering in the lower direction. It doesn't sound like a hag. You can't quite make out what the words are being said, but it does sound frightened.
My intuition tells me to go down.
It's always worked. until now. We always go to the basement. It's where everything bad is.
That's true. All right.
It's where we found the trapped vampire that we let out.
It is Pleasantville, all things considered.
Right, so you make your way down. And the stairs are not stone, you realize, but wood. It's almost as if this tower is made out of a petrified tree. It's been hollowed out. As you descend, you reach a door that is locked, and through the bars you can see Anders huddled back into a corner, shackled.
Gwilyn will use message just because she doesn't want to shout and isn't sure if he'll hear her through there. Anders, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
We came to get you out.
Hurry. I'll be coming back soon. Hurry.
Alright. Who wants to go for the door? Because doors are not my specialty unless you want it broken down.
I'm going to check to see if there's any manner of trap attached to this door.
All right. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I'm going to fire my dice roller after tonight. That was a 1.
Oh. No, it doesn't seem to be trapped that you could tell. Seems to
Door
be just
seems
fine.
safe. I shall try to pick the lock.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check with proficiency, since I believe you have your tools.
Well, he rolled a 2, so
Slightly
that makes
better.
it a total of 12.
It unlocks.
Good
There's
job.
a satisfying click as the door unlatches.
I shall fly in and
Sorry.
examine the shackles holding Ander. Do they appear to be locked on, or is there some other manner of releasing them?
It does appear that they are locked on. Looking around the room, you can see a ring of keys on a peg by the door, and Anders is there in manacles, as is a small halfling woman, looking very tired as well. Like she hasn't slept in days.
Quick question, Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell a difference between people like us who are here thanks to spiritual kind of drugs, for lack of a better expression, and people who are here in the flesh?
So here's where things get a little bit fuzzy. You have corporeal forms on this realm, and what you kind of piece together, for lack of me explaining this better, is the only reason you were actually able to find this place is because of the influence of the candle cap. But creatures who have the ability to go back and forth between the planes, like a night hag or anyone that they bring with them, are actually here in the flesh.
So how would we go about getting people who are here in the flesh back to, quote unquote, the waking world?
You imagine if you were able to sever the influence of the night hag on these people, they should be able to travel freely back to the other way.
Gotcha. Standard boss monster modification.
Yeah, exactly.
Would somebody like to grab those keys?
I will bring the keys to you.
Maybe you'd like to use them. My talons aren't as good as hands for.
You literally just picked a lock, but yes, I will use them.
The first time Crackers has ever said he can't do something.
Look, a lockpick is a lot lighter than a ring of iron keys, okay? I can do many things, but I do have a carry limit.
Yeah, right.
I
Good
think
Urzok-
we've been in this
Ur-
place too long. Crackers is
Urzok
waiting to
will-
happen.
It has flaws. It's strange.
Urzok will use the keys to unlock the manacles that are holding Anders and the Halfling Woman.
So you unlock the halfling woman as well?
Absent instructions not to, yes.
All right.
Golan would try talking to her. What's your name, friend?
Fern.
How did you get here?
I don't remember. I fell asleep and then I woke up here.
Well, no offense, Fern, but we've had some bad experiences with letting people go in the past, and I'm going to have to ask you to turn over any weapons
I don't have
just
any.
to be on the safe side. No,
She was
She
shackled.
does not
Suspicious,
appear to have
but-
any weapons. She doesn't appear to have any sort of weapons on her.
all right,
trust her.
just checking.
Does she have any kind of identifying marks or insignia on her clothing? Anything that would tell us anything about where she's from?
No, it's all fairly nondescript. Just looks like plain sort of peasant attire.
She cute.
She's cute.
Cool. I trust her.
I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Well, then,
Talk about it later. Well, we'll take you with us, obviously. And privately, Gwilyn is keeping an eye on her.
Alright, so who did you unlock first? Did you unlock Fern first or did you unlock Anders first?
Anders first. As it was my understanding, he was part of our objective.
I was just checking.
There's no way I will ever regret these decisions.
No,
Nope,
we're
not
good.
at all. Everybody, please make a perception check for me.
20 total.
19.
All right,
A natural 20 for a total of 25.
nice.
13.
33? Yeah, that seems right. 33.
Yeah,
I
that
have a
seems
plus
right.
14. I rolled a
sure.
19 plus 14.
Math checks out.
All right. Well, because of your insane rolls, no one is surprised as the halfling woman drops her disguise and shifts her form back into that of the hag, and as she attempts to cast a ray of enfeeblement on Urzok. So instead of
Yeah.
getting a surprise round, everybody, let's roll initiative.
Rude.
Who would like to be my initiative monkey for today?
I can do that.
Alrighty.
10.
Yeah, 12.
Alrighty, Nightshade got a 14.
6. I'm getting the bad rolls out of the way. Oh,
Get him done now.
13.
What was for crackers? 18?
13.
Not so good, but 13.
A lot of middle of the road numbers.
Jeffrey got a 10.
You're in good company.
And what did Coral get?
Coral got a 8.
We are a veritable
Maybe-
standard array of initiative rolls.
Mm-hmm.
What's Urzok's dexterity?
16.
These are all level 15, right? Or level 17, I can't remember.
15.
Thank you.
I was told 15. That's what I went with.
Same.
I was bumping up Coral's hit points to level 15, so I didn't accidentally make something bad happen.
Yeah, I got everyone with that.
Alrighty. So, she is going to try and target Urzok with Ray of Enfeeblement. And
No
it's
good deed goes unpunished.
gonna roll a 2, so it's not gonna happen.
Womp womp.
Alrighty, and that is her turn. She just kind of hisses at you all.
I hiss back.
Crackers.
After seeing this disguise fall off, I shall look upon this hag and I shall use Ego Whip. She must make an intelligence saving throw.
Alright. That is a 5. And this dice is going in the dice jail.
Well, she has failed, which means that, let's see, this is a concentration effect for up to 1 minute. She has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, and cannot cast spell.
Ooh, that's not fun.
At the end of
That's
each
awesome.
turn, she may make another intelligence saving throw.
Excellent.
Crackers just put the dunce hat on the hag.
Pretty much. Good job, Crackers.
And I shall look to Fortune, and I shall say to him, there you go, punch away, and grant you a D12 Bardic Inspiration die.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit with my new staff. I think it's my turn. Yeah. And I'm gonna do flurry of blows. So I hit 4 times.
Alrighty.
I got a 12.
That will not hit.
You can use your inspiration
Four.
die.
Well, I got a 14 too. That okay. A 15
Nope.
and a 20.
Okay, that one will hit.
Okay. $14. And I want to use a stunning strike on that one.
Alrighty. Disadvantage on my strength check, yes? It's strength, not con, correct?
It's con. DC 17.
Ooh, 16. Not quite close enough. So I believe she is stunned as well now.
Until the end of my next turn.
Goodness gracious. Alright.
I scoot over so Gwilyn can also hit. And that's my turn.
Right. So all attack rolls against her have advantage because she is stunned. I'm gonna go ahead and put her AC in the chat so you guys can see it. It'll probably help. There you go. So for those of you who are on deck, if you know what you would like to do, that if it does not require a contested roll or a saving throw, go ahead and pre-roll your attacks. What you doing, Razak?
Trying to navigate my spell list. I think I'm going to try to entangle her.
All right.
So if she could please give me a strength saving throw. Which I believe she will do at disadvantage because of the ego whip.
Correct. Strength, so that is a 6.
And she is restrained until
Alrighty.
for the next up to 1 minute.
She is not having a good time. She is stunned, restrained.
Standard Friday night.
Well then. And I believe that brings us to Jaffer, unless there was something else you wanted to do, Razak.
That'll be sufficient for now.
Okay.
Jaffer is going to draw her wooden gun, levy it towards this hag, and an arcane circle appears on the end of it. It launches out a bolt at her, which hits and deals 15 points of fire damage.
All right.
And that's all she does.
Okay. Coral is going to attack with Eldritch Blast and hit and do some damage. Do 10 points of damage. And that brings us up to Granny Nightshade, who has a bunch of stuff on her that she can't really do a whole lot of, but she can try and make her intelligence saving throw again. Which that's a natural 1, so she's not getting out of that ego whip anytime soon. And I believe that brings us back to Crackers. Oh, I'm sorry, that brings us to Gwendolyn.
Sorry, I'm just adding. All 3 attacks hit. I'm still working on damage because she started by, instead of drawing both blades, one of the blades is her Shadow Blade, which is a bonus action.
Awesome.
So it does psychic damage as well. Okay, that is 26 damage total
Alright.
from all 3 strikes.
Alright, and...
But 4 of that... No. Yeah. 4 of that were...
Perfect, thank you. Alright, I apologize because I had the Granny do her intelligence check early, so my apologies, we'll just skip past her again, and Crackers.
I fly forth, talons bared, and scratch viciously at her face, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. And I expend another bardic inspiration use to deal damage with psychic blades for 29 points of psychic damage.
Yikes! Crackers.
And I retreat away a short distance, and that is my turn.
How would you like to do this? Describe your moment.
Well, I fly forth, and as my sharp talons dig into her eyes, I channel my bardic magic to fill her mind with absolute excruciating psychic pain, and as she screams her final breath out, she collapses into a heap on the ground and dissolves into a dark goop.
Ooh. Very nicely done. As she fades away, Anders looks at all of you in kind of horror and then relief as the magic of Granny Nightshade begins to wear off a little bit and he can breathe a little easier. He looks to you and goes, "Thank you. It feels much better."
You're welcome. Get your crackers.
Thank you. Thank you.
She comes through that door a lot. There might be something in there of use.
Alright, let's check it out then. I don't want to see if it's trapped, just in case. I feel like there's probably something here.
Urzak,
But
you
I could
notice
just be
that...
suspicious.
Oh, sorry. You notice that Andrew's outline is starting to get a little blurry. Like he might be fading back to the prime material plane.
Is there anything I can do to make that transition less uncomfortable for him? Talk him through it or anything?
It's not particularly uncomfortable. Depending on where he was in the prime material, which he's probably in his bed at home or somewhere in his house. He'll probably be just fine. Although you might want to warn him about Scarin.
Anders, if you end up back at your house, Scarin up to some very, very bad stuff right now. Go into hiding if you're able to make it anywhere. Make it to Moe's.
Yes.
There's friends there.
Or at least hide in your basement, I hear.
There's the room downstairs.
Maybe don't go
that's
down to the basement.
Kind of open. It's probably safe right now, though.
It's probably safe. It's just,
Do you have a panic room?
No, but I was staying at Gellen's estate while you guys were gone.
Alright, well, either hide out there or make it to Moe's if you can. If you use sending, Gillen will talk you through it. He's there.
Be safe, friends.
Of course. We'll see you soon.
On the other side.
And he fades out of view, finally free of the entrapment of Granny Nightshade.
Well, shall we see what's behind this door? This amazing
Hey,
door of mystery and wonder.
yeah.
Sure.
Jeffrey walks over to it.
Urzox turns to Fortune. Are you concerned about how easily we dispatched that hag?
I lit.
I am.
Maybe
I'm guessing. Go on.
he did go back. But that does seem really easy. I'm not exactly excited about the other guy.
I mean, Death Knight, probably somewhere. Just saying.
Probably up. Jeffrey's gonna check the door for traps.
Alright, go ahead and make an investigation check.
$27.
You are darn sure that this door is not trapped at all. In fact, you're not even sure it's locked.
This door is fine.
Okay.
Which scares me the most. Jeffrey slowly opens it. It's like they knew.
It's like the Granny Nightshade of doors.
Yes.
Is that a thing now? Are we making that a thing?
It can be
Yes.
a thing.
Maybe.
I'll open the door.
Inside, it smells awful. It's
Oh no, not again.
dank and kind of just musty. You see a desk that looks old, beaten up. It looks there's hunks carved out of the wood. And on it is a small chest. There is also a large plush chair in front of the desk, and a small fireplace, and a little hammock full of kind of rotting blankets.
How quaint.
Okay. Go check the chest. I don't trust it's going to be as easy.
There's definitely a padlock on this chest.
Jeffrey pulls out her light hammer and like tips the chair over and then like jumps back.
The chair falls to the ground. It makes a clattering noise. And that's it.
Same thoughts.
We're good.
And the chest.
Do you want me to unlock it?
Well, it's locked, so there's got to be something valuable inside.
Go
Good
for
point.
it.
Zephyr will rate the chair and stand on it, and then like try to scramble up onto the desk and try to unlock the chest.
All right. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
$26.
All right. Your check is good enough to avoid the small trap that was on the chest as a little spike needle shoots out, dripping with a viscous green fluid. But you see it just in time and your fingers pull away as you finish unlocking the lock and it opens up.
Watch it. Like pings against the wall. Okay. What's in it? She's gonna lift it up and open it.
All right.
It's a potion of killing death knights. Well, that's very, very helpful.
Convenient.
No, unfortunately, that's not in there.
It's a series of periodicals titled Ask Soth.
Nice. What you do find is 2,000 gold pieces, a diamond of a nice size, you estimate maybe worth around 500 gold. You also find a rolled up scroll. Not sure if it's magical or not. And 3 strange looking coins that are about 5 inches across and an inch thick. They're really heavy. They're probably about a pound each as you pull them out. And they're covered with some sort of writing.
Wanna look at.
All right. Remind me again, Fortune, what languages do you speak?
Common and infernal.
Excellent. As you look at the coin, the infernal begins to burn and jump out at you. There's some sort of binding spell on these.
But they're binding something. I don't know enough about magic to.
Would I know what that is?
You can make an Arcana check if you would like.
Okay.
Like explaining what it says on the coin.
Natural 20.
Alrighty. Zephyr, you've heard of these. These are bad news. These are soul coins. Each one of these coins contains somebody's soul inside. They're used as currency in Avernus. How she has 3 of them, you're not entirely sure.
Jeffrey will explain that. I don't know. I mean, she obviously was good at bartering because she has 3 of these things, but
This is why central banking is a terrible idea.
says you. I am happy to take them with me if you all don't want to carry them.
Should we try to dispel the binding on them? Would that free whoever's inside?
Do I think that
May-
would work?
With a natural 20, you know that it has to be a very specific spell. It can't be a dispel magic or anything like that. You also know that there are some very helpful uses to having soul coins that might be of assistance in an upcoming battle, potentially.
Maybe we can pay off the Death Knight to not fight us and just leave.
I mean, there's that. I was going to say, you don't know that the people in them are people we'd want to release.
Yes,
That's a good point.
You also know that you can ask the souls trapped inside the coin any question, and they will answer truthfully to the best of their ability. But the answer is no more than a sentence or two, and it might be cryptic.
Also, if we run into any devils, that's 3 months' salary for you, Jaffa.
There's that.
Yeah, perfect.
So we use these to just hire the Death Knight. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
nothing
It's too bad I couldn't hire the hag though. I mean, then again, she wasn't really hardy, so
True.
she would have been.
He failed her interview.
She definitely did.
Yes.
Yeah, last more than 6 seconds against us.
She definitely failed that.
She was no match for our parrot.
No.
Few are.
Very
Touche.
good.
Anyone want to check out stairs while we're here?
Yeah, I mean, and then that's the only place we can look, right? Like down here, there's no other like doors or anything. It seems like this chamber exiting the jail seems to be the only way.
Correct. You don't really seem to be able to. You could probably poke around, but to see if there's any hidden doors or anything. But there's nothing that you see immediately.
Are the shackles still around?
They were bolted to the wall. Right, 1 second. I'm having to do a little bit of looking at somebody's character sheet.
Jeffrey's gonna try to get them off the wall.
All right. So, Jeffrey, are you carrying all 3 of the soul coins, or did anyone else take one?
Gwyn doesn't mind carrying them.
I'd take one.
So, I mean, I could take one, and then Gwilyn takes one, and then Fortune takes one. Sound
Right.
good?
Okay.
Okay.
I need to know what each of your Constitution modifiers are.
13.
14.
She said modifiers, not scores.
+2.
+2.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, my brain was like, cannot compute. All right,
That's
excellent.
one, yeah.
All right, so you are not at disadvantage for anything, but you do feel just overwhelming despair. Gwilyn, yours is just overwhelming feelings of anger and rage.
Start listening to a lot of new metal.
Mhm.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Soul coin against the machine.
I'm feeling very inspired artistically.
Lots of simple plan.
The Cure. Okay, let's go upstairs.
All right.
That's different. It's not bad though. Alright, let's
What's going on? What?
Just really upset right now.
It's understandable.
Yeah, this sucks.
I mean, we are in a tower inside the Shadowfell that houses a Death Knight and a hag. There are better places to be.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
obviously, let's just go upstairs. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Get this over with.
Are you trying to be stealthy as you go up the stairs, or are you tromping up like a army of elephants?
If Gwilyn's still in the lead, stealthily, because she was suspicious before.
All right.
Angry stealth.
Jaffer's going to flutter up with her winged boots, but stealthily.
All right. For those of you who are attempting to be stealthy, I would like stealth checks, please. For those of you who are flying, no need for stealth checks because y'all are stealthy as fuck.
Hey, I mean, even with my armor at disadvantage.
You were not putting any weight on the ground on these stairs, so you're pretty good.
22.
23.
14, surprisingly.
All right.
It's the anger.
Gwilyn, you can't resist just kicking one of the stairs as hard as you can as you go up in this frustration that's kind of overwhelming you. It seems to echo in the hollowed out tree for a moment.
Stupid tree.
Hey now.
Not just this one specifically. Not all of them.
There is a creak of metal from above you as
Cool.
something moves.
I cast invisibility on myself. Don't know if it's gonna help. Just in case.
Jeffrey, really quickly, I apologize. I meant to tell you that you think that either Torma or Gellin might be able to do something about the people stuck inside
Gotcha.
of the coins.
Okay.
All right. So, Fortune, you're invisible. Does anybody else do anything to try and hide as this noise happens, or do you let it come?
Gwilyn just brings out her shadow blade again and her regular sword in the other hand. She's just ready for it.
All right.
I will ready a spell, assuming that this is our Death Knight that we're expecting to fight.
Okay. So what is the specific trigger for your spell to go off? Just that you see something, or that you see...
If I see an undead knight come into view.
All right.
Or maybe an armored undead would be a better specific trigger. I'm assuming that... Is this something that the group has encountered before, or is this a completely new...
No one's entirely sure what Reiki SO looks like.
Okay, so I wouldn't have any descriptions to fall back on. That's mainly what I was concerned about.
Coral was able to give you a very brief description of some plate mail and glowing eyes.
Okay, I'm not going to mistake a scarecrow for this guy.
Correct, yeah. It'd be very hard to mistake a scarecrow for this guy. As you all wait, you see a small bead of light come from up the stairs and lands in the center of you all. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
$12.
All right.
16.
23.
21.
24.
All right. What was your skill in?
21.
All right. So everybody who rolled an 18 or higher takes 16 points of fire damage and 16 points of necrotic damage.
I have evasion, so I take
Or half, yeah.
none. Because I got a 20.
Nice.
Uh,
Those of you who got lower than that take 32 points of fire damage and 32 points of necrotic damage
Ow.
as a hellfire orb explodes in the vicinity of you all. And let's roll initiative.
I took no damage, so I don't have to roll concentration. Do I? No.
Correct. If you took
Okay.
no damage, you do not need to roll a concentration.
My initiative was a 7.
I'll record this again.
Thank
Jeffrey got a 20 total.
17.
Also 17.
Coral got a 13.
10.
Death Knight got a 9. Or should I say Reiki Eso? Good thing that was a petrified staircase, or it'd all be on fire right now.
Burning stairs. It's fine. It's a great place for a battle.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
warming up.
Nothing could go wrong.
Got fire. We got soul coins. I feel great.
Great.
Okay, there we go.
Alrighty.
A lot of people.
You have a lot of people. Alright. Jaffer, start us off.
Okay. I see this individual.
You do not see this individual yet.
Okay. Then Jeffra is going to look at Fortune, and she's going to pull off her belt a little disc and toss it underneath Fortune, which will actually never mind. The different one. Jeffra's going to pull a little stopwatch, and she's going to point it at Fortune and click it, and the clock begins to spin faster and faster, and an aura kind of appears around Fortune, and Fortune, you are hasted. I'll post what that does in the chat or in the Discord. But
If it matters, I am invisible. I got so.
I can't see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Gwilyn gets it. Gwilyn, you are hasted.
Okay.
And then Jaffer just tucks against the wall.
Alrighty. Gwilyn.
Gwilyn will start up the steps a ways, looking to see if she can find something to aim for.
Are you stealthing or are you just running?
At this point, probably run.
I'm sorry, you cut out with the last one.
Probably running. Sorry.
So you make it up to the top of the stairs, and just beyond where you could see stands a 7-foot tall creature in plate armor with glowing, fiery eyes.
Can she reach it on this turn? Would be my next question with haste.
With haste, yes. With haste, you can absolutely reach it this turn.
Okay, let's do this. She's using action surge and charging.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and do what I did last time and put the AC in here, because I think that helps for people. Alrighty.
Three of them hit.
All right. Can you let me know if any of them are above a 26?
Sorry, I have to look at Shadow. Oh, I didn't say one of them was a 20. I'm sorry. One of them was a 20.
All right.
The others were not above 20.
Okay, so one of the ones that was not above 26 misses as he parries your blade away, but the other two hit. Go ahead and give me that good damage. Urzak, while Gwilyn is calculating damage, you are on deck. You saw her run up and disappear around the stairs.
I am going to follow.
Okay.
I'm just double checking my spells. Why is everything I know a concentration spell? Good lord.
Welcome to Druids, man.
No joke. Okay. Tess, correct me if I'm wrong, but because we're in a petrified tree, there's really no underlying foliage that I could use to cast Nature's Wrath, correct?
I would say that it's still a natural thing. You could spring some new life out of it. There was just some fire.
That's
that
fair.
normally makes nature start to grow again.
Fair enough.
Natural 20 gets, yes, perfect. Max dice added onto your normal roll.
Okay, well, since this worked so well against the shadow creature last session, I'm going to cast Wrath of Nature against this Death Knight. So I need a dex save from him, please.
All
And
right.
that's 28. Sorry for the math.
28.
28 total damage.
All right, thank you.
No. 8 of it were necrotic.
Okay, thank
If
you.
that makes sense.
So it seems like when you do your damage, you feel like it's a really palpable hit, but it feels like something wasn't quite as strong as it could have been. Like it didn't maybe take all of that? You're not entirely sure why.
Okay.
I got a 9 on that dex save.
Okay, that is a fail. So I'm going to run down the list of effects here, Tess, and you tell me which ones you think apply in this space, because I don't want to take liberties with your setting. So grasses and undergrowth, any of that here? Or are we saying that stuff is just springing up as I'm casting
I would say
this?
stuff is starting to spring up as you're casting it.
Okay,
I'm
so
not going to nerf. That's a
uh,
big spell. I'm not going to nerf it.
fair enough. So he is now considered to be in difficult terrain, but it only applies to our enemies.
Excellent.
He is going to take 4d6 slashing damage. Give me a second, I'll give that to you,
Okay.
from whipping branches. I also need a strength saving throw, please.
That one is a 18.
All right, that just makes it so he is not restrained.
Okay.
And then I've got some damage from trees, and I'm going to make a rock attack against him also. So go ahead and
Okay.
move on, and I'll hit that back with you in just a second. Because his AC is a 20, correct?
Correct.
Okay, one moment.
All right. While you were doing that, Coral kind of gets in between everybody and lets off a mass cure wounds, and everyone regains 30 hit points.
Okay, he's going to take 11 damage from the trees. And that is slashing damage if it matters.
Thank you.
He will also take 17 non-magical bludgeoning damage as I throw a rock at him.
Nice.
And he must succeed on a strength saving throw or fall prone. The DC is 18 again.
19.
He's fine then.
Alrighty. Crackers.
I shall fly up into a point where I'm able to see this creature, at which point I will begin to quietly sing a high-pitched, discordant note, and then a second, and a third, and a fourth, all at the same time. These discordant sounds which begin to fill his mind with psychic discordancy, you must make a wisdom save, or excuse me, an intelligence saving throw to resist my psychic crush.
That's a 3.
Oh, no.
Let me know what happens with that.
So he suffers 35 points of psychic damage and is stunned for the next minute. He may make another intelligence saving throw at the end of each turn to break the effect.
Nice. Bards, man. Alright.
And I shall inspire Urzok with a D12 inspiration die.
Alright. So, see, it would be his turn, except for he is stunned, so he needs to make a, what was it, a intelligence or a wisdom?
Intelligence saving throw, yes.
That is a natural 20.
Well, unfortunately, that ends the effect.
I am sorry. And then Fortune.
Gonna attack, and I'm gonna do Flurry of take my first one. One of them hit.
And what was it?
$24.
Alright, he's gonna save his reaction and he's not gonna let it go off right now. So that one does hit.
That does make me visible, so
Yes, it does.
understandable.
That's the other reason why I wasn't gonna have him do his reaction, because he didn't know you were there. So
14. Everybody else has already like moved up to see him, right?
correct.
Right.
I think Jaffer might be the only one who hasn't moved up. No, you did. Yeah, I
Right.
think everybody's moved up.
All right. Then I'll stay where I am.
Alright. Alright. Jaffer.
Okay, Jaffer is going to levy her wooden gun wand at this individual as she kind of flutters up into view. And that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And that is a total of 12 points of fire damage.
Ooh, yeah.
And that's me.
Alright. Gwilyn.
Okay, I rolled high enough to hit. Sorry, I was gonna tell you what I did first. I'm getting it mixed up because I was doing math.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're okay. It's not you. She drops the Shadow Blade, just lets go of it, and casts Firebolt, which does 21 fire damage.
Alright. Okay.
That's what I was counting.
Alright.
And then because she has Warcaster now, takes a swing with her regular sword, which hits. That was the other roll I did. But I haven't calculated that damage, so I'll be with you.
No problem.
That's 11 damage with the rapier.
Right. Excellent.
And that's me. Wait. Did it take an action to drop the weapon? Was
No,
my question.
I would say it did not take dropping something is a free action.
So she could take another swing with because of haste, right?
I believe so.
Missed anyway. We're good.
Alrighty.
She tried.
Urzok.
All right, let's Wrath of Nature this guy again. So I would like another dexterity saving throw, please.
Alrighty. That is a 10.
Okay, so that'll take some more damage. He is still using action. Oh, okay. He was restrained in the last round, and so it says he can use an action to make an athletics check against my spell save to basically become unrestrained. So the restraint is ongoing until he breaks free of it.
I thought he would made it out of the restraint, but maybe I.
Oh, that's right. No, you did say that because he rolled just enough. Okay, so then at the end of my turn, he has to save against it again. I can keep trying to restrain it.
Alrighty. I'll go ahead and roll that. That is a natural 20.
Well, damn. Okay. Well, in the meantime, he takes 15 slashing damage from whipping branches, and I'm going to throw a rock at him again.
Okay.
And I missed. That is my turn.
Alright. Coral is going to do one of her favorite things and cast Bane on him. See if I can make that save or not. We'll find out. And I cannot, so he does have Bane on him. Crackers.
Crackers briefly flashes back in his mind to several years ago, when he was still in the employ of his lady Seraphina, and they were visiting the house of a very accomplished wizard. And as Cracker snuck away to do a little poking around in the wizard's study, he saw a page of a spell book with a very interesting looking spell. And it isn't until now that he realizes he thinks he knows how to cast this magic. And so he looks at this Death Knight and casts Disintegrate at an 8th level. The Death Knight must make a dexterity saving throw, minus the d4 from Bane.
Alright, let's see here. This is not his strong suit, so we'll find out real quick how this is gonna go. I don't need the d4. That's a 2.
Well, he suffers 16 d6 plus 40 force damage, which Matthew pre-rolled. It's 89 points of force damage.
Alrighty. Okay. Whew. Excellent. Thank you.
And as a bonus action, I shall inspire Jaffa with a d12.
Thank you.
All right. He was not a fan of what you just did, Crackers. Not even a little bit. In fact, he looks pretty beat up at this point. He looks very unhappy and very torn up. He is going to throw his hand out and strike the ground with the butt of his weapon. And I need every single person to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nat 20.
Same.
12.
15.
12 as well.
All right. For those of you who made the save, you will take 20 points of necrotic damage. For those of you who did not, you will take 40 points of necrotic damage, and you are all knocked prone.
What was the magic number? Sorry.
18. No, crackers!
Gwylin, your haste goes away.
Oh no.
So this next round, you can't do anything as your body seizes up. Sorry.
No? On the bright side, she can probably take any hit she gets this round better than anyone else here, so.
I just realized it's my turn. That's bad. Well, the 2 were not ones.
All right.
One of them missed. The other one, yeah, that one. One hits.
Okay.
And the total was 25 for that one, but
Mhm.
14 damage again. And I want to use a stunning strike on it.
Right.
Just make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17.
Alrighty. That is a 23.
He is not stunned. And that's my turn.
Excellent. Hey, Coral's here! Yay, Coral!
Yay!
Yay!
Coral, I apologize. I've been giggering you a little bit. I did bump you up to level 15, so you can actually have those hit points. I tried not to spend too many of your higher level spells. I did spend one just to kind of boost the crowd up a bit.
No
So
worries.
I apologize for that, but we are so glad you were able to make it for the final boss battle. You guys are
Sorry.
tangling with Reike Esso right now. You also have in your possession 3 soul coins from Avernus.
Good to know.
Alrighty, and now I will get back out of the magic here. So, how much damage did he take, Fortune?
14, and he is not
Excellent.
stunned because he did good on his saving throw. And that's my turn.
Alright. He's looking really, really bad, but for some reason he's just not dying. It's kind of strange. Something seems to be keeping him up, perhaps? Jaffer, I believe it is your turn.
Okay. Jaffer is going to kick off the wall with her winged boots over to Crackers, and she's gonna not even like land. She's just going to put her hand in front of Crackers' face, and with a little mechanism on her wrist, she's gonna a little puff of some kind of smoke that's gonna go into Crackers' face, breath. Breathe it in. It's Cure Wounds, 2nd level, 15 hit points. And then she's going to like lift him up and just say, "You got this." And then like just hold him close to make sure he doesn't get hurt in the interim.
I feel so inspired.
Aw. All right, Gwilyn, this anger is beginning to overtake you from the soul coin that you're holding on to. You feel like you're just in a blind rage as you're just beginning to attack. Actually, I lied.
Can't
You
attack.
have exhaustion. You can't attack. So you just feel this anger building up in you as you can't move, as your body is forced out of the haste that you had on it. And Urzok.
I am going to give up Nature's Wrath and try to shoot this thing with a sunbeam.
All right.
So may I please have a Constitution saving throw from Mr. Esco?
You may, and because I had done Heather's favorite spell, he also has Bane on him right now, so he has to roll that d4.
And he also has to roll it at disadvantage because he is undead.
That is also very true. All right. Okay, even with disadvantage, that is still a 19. And with Bane.
Damn it. Alright, so he takes 17 damage and is not blinded. 17 radiant damage.
Oh, he does not like that. Alrighty.
As a
Oh, no, go ahead.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself. Just letting you know that I'll deal with the accounting outside of turn.
Coral.
Okay. Since I hopped in late, how is everybody looking?
Bad.
I'm good. Just universally, everyone looks pretty bad.
Jaffa at the moment, I think, more than anyone.
And I think Jay froze, so
Actually-
hopefully he'll be back soon.
I think Crackers has less than Jaffer does because Crackers will only have 15.
There he is.
No, Crackers is at 57.
Oh, nice.
56, excuse me.
Okay, then let's see what I have left. Cure Wounds level 3 on Jaffer. So that's going to be 23 hit points back.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And who's after me? The joys of coming in mid-combat.
Crackers is
Um, Crackers. Okay. Okay. So she'll turn to Crackers and let's make this bastard pay. And inspiration.
Now I am inspired.
All right, Crackers.
D12, and you can add it to attack and damage and stuff. Well, you know the basics, but mine you can add to damage.
Yay,
All
I
right.
can take away Coral's character sheet. Is one last thing I'm trying to track right now. Yay!
I shall, after nestling into Jaffa's arms for just a moment, refocus myself on the task at hand, and
course.
I shall look to this Death Knight and cast Id Insinuation. It must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Let's see here. That's not terrible. Okay,
Did you roll your D4?
2. Yes, so it's 17.
Ah, that fails. The DC was 18. So it is incapacitated. And it takes 1d12 psychic damage at the end of each turn, after which it may make another wisdom saving throw to break the effect.
Alrighty, it is incapacitated. It looks very not great. And one second. It just appears like it won't stop for some reason. There's something keeping it going. And it can't do anything. Is it allowed to make any saves at the end of its turn? Or no? Or is it the end of your turn?
Yes. At the end of its turn, it takes 1 point of psychic damage and may make another wisdom saving throw.
Right, let me see if I can do the saving throw here. That's a 4.
Yeah, then it remains incapacitated.
Alrighty. And fortune.
One hit again. For 14 damage again.
Nice. I don't know who cursed my dice, but I literally am rolling. I have 4 different dice that I'm rolling right now, Pygmy, and none of them are rolling well. I'm about to walk to the other end of the room to go get another set of dice out.
Ah, but are you rolling with the best?
You know what? I am currently not rolling with the best. I think that might be the problem.
That's clearly the problem.
Oh, maybe I'll have to go get those real quick. All right, Jaffer.
So Jaffer is going to, noting that this individual is standing and seemingly strangely standing to the point where it's holding on to life that it shouldn't be. Is it a magical effect that she can tell?
Go ahead and make me an intelligence an intelligence check.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You're make me a wisdom check instead.
Ooh, okay. That's even worse.
Oh, well. Okay, whichever one's better. How's that? I'll be nice.
Okay. That is a total straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 26.
All right.
Inspiration.
Something about the coins that you're holding. This thing is undead. It's soulless. Maybe there's a connection. You never did read the contract either. Maybe there's something going on there. You could always try to break it.
Jaffer will, thinking of this, she's going to say out loud, like, something to do with the soul coins, I think. This creature is not natural. She's going to move as far away as she can from anyone else, and then just try to break this coin in some way or another. I can't dispel it, so...
How are you going to try to destroy it? Are you going to try and shoot it with one of your weapons? Are you going to try and cast a spell on it?
She will kind of toss it into a corner and then point towards it and shoot a shatter spell at it.
All right. Right. So you do a shatter spell at it, and the tree in the room shakes violently. And there's a little kind of puff and gasp as one of the 3 little sigils around the edge in Infernal goes out. The other two were still lit, but you think you managed to knock some of the juice out of it. And there is a creak from Reike Esso as his armor starts to dent slightly.
I guess focus our attacks on these coins, and she'll gesture towards the one that is essentially sitting in a crater now. Small crater.
Gwilyn, you feel your speed and everything coming back to you and your ability to act again once more. But this blind rage, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw to gain control of your faculties.
And it's at disadvantage, right? Because of haste
Yes.
wearing off.
Yes, correct.
I was asking because the first one was a 19, but I was pretty sure of that.
Aw.
That's a total of 5 because wisdom's a minus.
All right. So you hear the words that Jaffer says, but all you can focus on is this thing in front of you when you just go to town. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Oh.
I'm gonna go switch out my dice while you do that. Urzak, you were on deck.
Should I aim the sunbeam at the coin instead of the Death Knight then?
Sure, yeah.
Assuming the coin doesn't make a Constitution saving throw.
Likely not.
Reinforcements.
They will fail you.
I have more. This is just
She
a small
does.
bit of the collection.
Oh, I know.
They spam me. I've got more. It's all good.
Okay, her weapon attack misses, but it's 17 fire damage with Firebolt.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Excellent. Okay. Urzak.
Since the sunbeam is an ongoing thing, I'm going to aim a new line of radiance at one of the coins. I guess if I could gesture for Jaffer to hold hers up, excuse me.
I chucked hers in the corner of the room, so
Yeah.
it's
Oh, that's fine. Stationary target. That's fine. How do you want me to do this? Typically, the target has to make a con saving throw. I don't know that these coins have a con score.
they don't typically. You know what? I'm gonna have you roll to hit then instead because you can't really
Okay.
get a save from them. All right.
That's a 27.
All right, that'll do just nicely. And another one of the sigils.
And also
was that?
27 radiant damage.
Ooh. Two different types of damage?
Well, no, it's radiant damage. That just has me roll 68, so I rolled 27 total. I didn't know if that mattered.
No, it's all right. So another one of the sigils goes out, and more of the armor begins to crumple in on itself. Anything else
Quick.
you would like to do?
Just a quick glance around the battlefield. Who else looks like they're in a battle? Okay. Seeing none, then I'll reserve my bonus action for something else, which is nothing.
All right. Carl.
So I wasn't in the episode with the soul coins. Who else has them? There's the one in the crater.
They just found them earlier. Fortune has one, and Gwilyn has one. So there are only 3 of them.
Okay.
I am the angry one, and I can't do anything because my wisdom's garbage.
Yeah. Fortune, you are Jaffrey, you do not feel sad anymore. The second you tossed it away, you felt that weight lift off of you. Fortune, you're starting to feel really kind of just, man, is this fight even worth it? He's just gonna win. Why keep even trying?
Okay, and the soul coin that Jaffer had is destroyed now? Or at least
there is one sigil still lit on it.
Okay, that's what I thought. And she's holding it up, so I have to be careful not to hit her.
She tossed it in the corner, so it's away from her.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to clarify.
No worries.
I don't want to hit you with anything.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Don't. Oh, it's a creature. Never mind, I can't use that one. Okay, so I will use this seems overkill. Yeah, I'll use Eldritch Blast.
How many beams?
3.
All right.
It's 3, so I have to roll to hit real quick.
Okay.
Oof, I think those all hit. That's a 26, a 28, and 28.
Yes, all of those will hit. Are you aiming them at the coin, or would you like to aim 2 at Reiki Esso and 1 at the coin? If you get 3 beams.
She's gonna aim the first one at the coin.
Okay. Because there is only one sigil still lit on the coin.
Yeah, she's gonna aim the first one at the coin to see what happens, and then she'll aim the other 2 at Reiki if the sigil goes out.
Okay.
So it's 9 to the coin.
All right. Yep. The sigil goes out,
Okay,
and
then I
another
rolled crap
piece
for
of
the
his
other.
armor crumbles in.
Nice. And I rolled crap for the other one, so it's 4.
Okay.
Total.
All right.
And then bonus action. Sorry, coming in mid-combat, my brain is all bleh.
No worries.
Okay. She looks to Fortune. You've got to shake it off. And inspiration.
Awesome. All right. Coral. With the last sigil going out on that coin, you see a spirit emanate from it. And you have done a divine good deed of freeing a trapped spirit that was trapped inside of a soul coin. The gods have smiled on you for such an act. Gain inspiration and advantage for the rest of the combat.
Oh. Holy crap. Okay. Cool.
And I believe that brings us to Crackers.
Everyone, toss the coins in a pile. Over there, in a pile. Gwylyn? Oh dear. I shall cast Mage Hand and try to pull the coin out of Gwylyn's pocket where she's stuck.
All right. Gwylyn, are you going to protect this soul coin, or do you care?
I doubt she cares. If she's angry and attacking the Death Knight, she's just whatever.
Alrighty. You watched what Gwylyn put it, so it's no problem for the mage hand to go and scoop it out of Gwylyn's pocket. And now your mage hand has it. Gwylyn, the second that coin is out of your pocket, your vision clears, that weight is lifted, and you can think clearly again.
Right, those things are a mess. Don't touch that one. It's really angry.
Crackers, your mage hand has the coin. What is he going to do with it?
If I can, I'm going to drop it next to where the other one was.
Absolutely, no problem. There's a loud thud as this infernal iron coin hits the petrified wood. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
That is it for me.
All right. And Reike's got to make his intelligence saving throw.
Wisdom.
I believe it was. Wisdom. Which is actually better than his intelligence. Let's see if I can do anything. There we go. That is a 23.
Minus
He
2d4.
That was
He
minus.
does take another 11 points of psychic damage,
All right.
but that does break the effect.
It is strange, the fact that he is able to be standing after this. You would think he would have just been absolutely obliterated by now. As he begins to move again, his horrible plate armor seeming to rust as it's taking more damage, and it's horrible creaking, rending noise every time he moves. Fortune.
Trying to decide. Yeah, I'll just back up. Yeah, I'm gonna back up. Not gonna disengage or anything.
You're not going to disengage? Okay, so he is going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah.
All right. Does a 27 hit you?
If it ties with AC, it'll hit, right?
Yes.
Dang it. Okay. Yeah, it does.
All right. So you take 14 points of slashing damage, and you also take 18 points of necrotic damage.
And to be just outside of range of me using shield to not get hit. But okay. I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna drop the coin on the ground, and I'm gonna just like slam the staff into it, probably 4 times, just to be sure that it breaks.
The coin has an AC of 19, just so you know.
Okay. And that one's not gonna hit, but the rest are.
Okay.
So that's 3 hits on it. So I can.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
I needed that. Do I add sneak attack to this? I do get sneak attack if there's no one else in range. I just need to not have disadvantage.
It's probably overkill, but sure.
Just because I haven't hit more than once in a turn, and I wanna. That wasn't much. $24 this time.
All right. One of the sigils goes out. Jaffer.
Okay. Jaffer sees the coin in front of Fortune, and then sees the other one floating in the middle of the air. Is that right?
I believe the coin was dropped by the mage hand. Yes, Crackers? Yeah. So they're both on the ground now.
Well, then she will levy a firebolt at the one that's dropped by the mage hand. And that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that is a total of 20 points of fire damage.
And another one goes out.
Okay.
Gwilyn, you can think clearly. Now Reike is moving again. But the coins aren't that far away either.
not risking provoking an attack, she will aim a firebolt over her shoulder at the coin nearest her. Probably the mage hand dropped one.
Okay.
That was I pre-rolled. That's, and I intended it to. The other strike is at Reke. So it's 21 damage with the fire.
You said the mage coin? So the
One
one
that-
that's already been hit twice? Okay. Willen, there is a puff as a spirit is released from this soul coin. And you have done a divine good deed. Gain inspiration, and the rest of your attacks in this combat are at advantage.
So I'll re-roll just in case it's better. Okay, the other one's not.
As you hear more crunching from his armor as more implodes on itself.
And just 9 damage with her.
Righty. Urzok.
Continuing to wield these beams of brilliant light. Unfortunately, there are no piles of coins for me to multi-attack, but I believe we still have the one that's being held aloft by Cracker's Mage Hand. And I will blast that with the Sunbeam. I pre-rolled, and it's 29 points of radiant damage on this thing.
Alrighty. 2 of the lights go out. There's 1 remaining.
That's all I got.
Take us home, Goral.
Okay. So she's going to use Eldritch Blast again. It pre-rolled 24, 23, and 24.
Alrighty.
So first one at the coin for 7.
Okay.
And if the light's
Goes
still up,
out.
she'll... Okay.
And the soul escapes. Unfortunately, you already have advantage and everything else, so...
Yeah. And then the last...
The other 2 at Reiki?
Yeah. For 3 and 4. So 7 total for those.
Coral. Describe your moment.
Oh, wow, you guys wore him down. Nice. Okay. So the ghost leaves the coin, and then as she turns and shoots the last 2 Eldritch blasts at him, one knocks off the arm holding the weapon that was attacking Gwilyn, and the other one just takes off his head.
Nice. There is a sickening crunch of metal as the remaining armor rusts and crinkles in on itself like tin foil as the necrotic energy is expended. You're all stuck still in this shadow dream state. And the tower begins to fall around you as huge chunks of this petrified tree begin to turn to ash and fall. What do you do?
Can I take a narrative liberty, or offer up a narrative liberty, DM?
You absolutely may.
I have a spell called Transport via Plants.
You are
I
in
don't
a
have the-
giant plant.
I don't have the spell slot currently, but if I could expend my Pearl of Power permanently to cast it, and basically just plant walk us out of here.
Absolutely. Where do you go?
Back to our campsite, or the analogous location of that in this.
You got it.
Fortune's is getting ready to like jump. Like I can land. It's fine. But okay.
Just hug the tree. Hug the tree, Fortune. We'll be fine.
So Urzok tells you all to hug the tree. Does anybody not hug the tree?
I mean, I'll
Hug.
do it, but honestly, this sounds like you had too many of those mushrooms before.
You could never have too many of
Yeah.
those mushrooms.
And one by one, you are transported back to the grove. You can see your corporeal bodies. It's a little strange. You can also see the outlines of Urzok's sentinels keeping guard. I guess you could wait till it wears off, or you could maybe lay back down beside yourself and roll
Lay
back
on
in
top of yourself.
somehow. I was trying to avoid saying it like that, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
just-
basically what I was getting at.
You're just laying back on yourself as if you are your own mattress.
Correct.
Don't think about it too hard, Gwillem.
It's weird and I don't like it, I'll be honest with you.
The sooner you do it, the sooner it'll be over.
Nope, that doesn't make it any better.
Really doesn't.
It's like I tell my 4-year-old when it comes time to get her shots. Just get it over with.
And one by one, you all come to consciousness inside the Dreadwood on the Prime Material Plane.
Well, that was unpleasant. Everyone's still with us.
Yes.
Have I mentioned that I hate camping?
No.
I mean,
No.
very much the same.
Jeffrey goes over and picks up the little book that's been walking around and keeping all the bodies safe. It has little arms and legs that are just dangling
I
underneath it.
forgot
She just-
about your book. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's small. It was probably hiding in a bush. Maybe it was stuck in a bush.
Very brave book. Very brave.
Oh, I like to think it was like directing the spiky tree and it's
Yes.
just
Oh,
walking.
there you
around.
go.
Absolutely. The book was the real mastermind. So you have a choice. You can try and meet up with the lizard folk who were going to meet the Monarch's army, or you can hightail it back to Saltmarsh and see how your friends have fared there. You're not entirely sure how long you've been gone, but you know it was less than a day because, well, 2 days total, because the trains are still there, so it couldn't have been a full 2 days.
I say we go back to my ship. Oh no, because my ship would have been outside of Saltmarsh, so
Saltmarsh.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, my ship's in Saltmarsh too, so
Yeah.
feeling a bit lost as well. We could join up with the lizard folk, or we can try and make it back faster. Don't know how the rest of you are doing.
I don't know. Back to Saltmarsh, I guess.
Yes. I want to go back.
I will accompany you.
Glad
Glad
to
to
have
have with
you.
us.
So you all make your way back to Saltmarsh. You get there and it's quiet. Your ships are riding in the harbor. You look unscathed. You do, however, hear a crowd booing. And as you come in, you see Scarin, Wavechaser, being led out of the Anders estate by Gellin and Anders and Edda. Clearly they'd been let out of jail by somebody. And leading the little throng is Motley. Her wings spread out triumphantly as she leads the mastermind, quote unquote, to representatives of the Monarch, who seem to have made it into Saltmarsh proper. And they're turning him over to the authorities. There is a rush of cheers as people come running towards you, cheering and shouting your names in excitement. Because you did it. You stopped Reike Esso. And in turn stopped Rinth. There will be no Isle of Bone off the coast of Saltmarsh. No grand seat for Orcus and Rinth to play havoc with your lives. Gwilyn, you are caught up in a huge hug as your mother embraces you. She's so proud of you.
Good to see you too, Mum. Glad you
Coral,
made
you
it.
watch as your gran is whacking Scarin with her cane because he's not walking fast enough to his arresting.
I go
Because he's-
cast
go
Holy
ahead.
Smite on her cane.
Nice. So he yelps really loud at the next one. Crackers, you see Seraphina grinning ear to ear, just watching everything. Fortune, you are grabbed up in a huge hug as Gellin swirls you around and lays a huge kiss right on you in excitement. After you're watching everything as a small halfling woman comes over to you. Little brunette, kind of cute. Looks at you. You Captain Jaffer.
That's me.
I hear you run a tight ship. You looking for any crew?
Always.
Awesome. I'm Lavender. You got room for one more?
Of course, for you. Captain Jeffrey Zanzib. Pleasure to have you on board.
I think I'm gonna like it. She gives you a wink. Urzak, there's a sense of satisfaction in seeing the Scarlet Brotherhood being taken away. You've done a good thing here.
Couldn't have done it without help.
And I think for now, that is how the sun will set on the seaside village of Saltmarsh. Thank you guys for being so amazing and wonderful players for my first foray into a long-term DM campaign. You guys mean the world to me, so thank you very much. So let's talk a little bit about what happens after. Where do you guys see yourselves after the grand adventure you've just had? Go ahead. And I am not going to do what Logan does and make y'all cry big blubbery tears about what you did afterwards. I'm not going to ask you how you die or who's with
Heather,
you.
you're not allowed to do it either.
Specifically leaving that question alone. This is a happy campaign. We don't talk about that shit. We'll leave that to Logan and his masterminding.
To be fair, I never asked anybody how they died. I was just the last one left. And I
Yeah.
sang. Like, it's not that bad.
Still hate you. So let's start with Urzak. Loki, thank you so much for guesting on this show. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
It's been my pleasure. For those in chat, after we do the epilogue, we will have time for some questions as well, if you guys have any questions for the players or for me. But let's go ahead and tell me, what are 3 things that Urzak does after his time in Saltmarsh?
Well, at first he returns to his kind of itinerant wanderings, expecting that now that a major threat has been removed, that maybe you can just go back to the way things were and perpetuate the spirits and just try to maintain order, for lack of balance would be a better term. But he finds that now he has kind of a taste for adventure and a taste for collaboration, and so he finds himself pulled more and more back to town. He stops in to visit Coral and her gran, and pay special attention to them. He more often than not kind of show up as a seagull or some other kind of marine life. He'll come up aboard on Jaffer's ship and maybe hang out for a little while, maybe see the sights or show them around a little bit, and of course always down for a round of drinking and bad substances with Fortune. But more than often just likes to visit his friends now. He's not really so much a loner anymore.
Awesome. Gwilyn, you are approached and offered a place on the council. Do you accept?
She doesn't. As nice as that sounds, I'm not really interested in staying in port that long. Also, the paperwork's terrible. Gwilyn's choices, after a drink and some rest, she has a serious talk with her mother about the Tears of the Marsh, which is their group's name. And she wants to stay with them, but not be one of the Tears anymore. She chooses to use the money that she acquired in all this time to hire on some new hands, and with her new ship, start a second group called the Eyes of the Marsh, which she immediately offers to partner with her mother, but this one will be run by her. She will also extend a partnership, not under her, but just as equals, to Jaffer, should Jaffer wish to connect their businesses when it's convenient. Maybe suggest the idea of sending stones, one per ship. Anytime you need help, they're there. And she will ask Fareed to be her first mate on board her ship.
He accepts heartily. Kind of tells you that if you didn't offer, he was still going to ask to be relieved of his duties with your mother's crew and join yours.
And she'll extend the invitation to any of the Tears if they ever wish to join up temporarily. They can. Anyone here of her friends, the same invitation. You don't have to be there permanently. She knows that Coral wants to spend time with her gran, but if you ever need a little bit of adventure in your life, you know how to find me.
I do.
And she'll visit often, but she will continue her adventures and start up her own a little bit less of the smuggling than I originally anticipated and more of the helping people. But whether it's legal or not, she will help people.
Excellent. So let's jump over to Jaffer with that offer. Does Jaffer take Gwilyn up on that?
Of course. Jaffer is happy to be a partnership with the new Eyes of the Marsh. As liaison, not so much joining the Eyes, as she has her own ship to sail.
Is there anything that Jaffer does in particular over the next couple of years?
Well, the past few months have really renewed her appreciation for adventuring, so she would get as many people as she can from Saltmarsh to join ship and start adventuring again, just sailing around and training new adventurers.
Excellent. At some point, Lavender comes up to you and asks if you would like to grab dinner the next time you're in port with her on a date. And she seems a little nervous, but a little flippant and cocky at the same time. Like, it's totally fine if you say no. I'm good. I'm totally fine. I can do this.
She would join Lavender with this event and potentially start a life with Lavender, you know.
Awesome. Eventually, Lavender becomes first mate on your ship, and the two of you go nuts together on the high seas. Coral.
So Coral definitely takes up Gwylin and probably Jaffer at some point on adventures on both of their ships occasionally. But she's kind of enjoying having a home base for once. And with her money that she's earned from all the adventuring they've done, she's going to buy the old haunted house and get it fixed up, because with the dock underneath, it's perfect for Lutradyne, who are going back and forth between Lamina Island and Saltmarsh. So basically, she sets it up as like a home away from home for the Lutradyne, for her family, and probably has to chase her gran out of the house constantly until it's actually fixed up, because she keeps trying to come help and it's not helping.
I don't know what that's like at all. Excellent. Crackers. Seraphina is here. She is once again with you. And all she wants is for you guys to be together again and to do whatever it is that you both want to do. She asks, do you want to go back to the capital? Do you want to stay in Saltmarsh? Do you want to go sailing?
All I want is to be by your side, my lady.
Well, I've been offered a position on the Saltmarsh Council. Someone's gonna need to help me keep these people in line.
Well then, let's see if we can make something out of this little swamp hole of a town, shall we?
Can't think of anyone better to help me with that. And so you do. And more often than not, the council listens to you just as much as they listen to Seraphina. Is there anything in particular that Crackers wants to do with his time? Aside from bossing folks around as Lord Admiral. Which they all insist on calling you.
Yes, well, I shan't stop them. Does Motley reopen her bar?
She absolutely does.
Well, then I can be found there at least once a week, performing for the entertainment of those assembled.
Excellent. I had a cookie delivery, sorry.
But other than that, I am content to be at my mistress's side once more.
Sorry, my cookie delivery came with surprise Nutella between the cookies, and I got very excited. It was now all over my hands because I didn't know it was there. And fortune. There's offers of a ship, a crew, and there's an offer of a home. What is it you want to choose?
I think Fortune will stay around Saltmarsh because he had told Galen he would. But after some time, whenever they think it's okay to leave, at least for a little bit, he would want Galen to go with them back to his hometown to meet his family. His mom's in there. It introduces them to his mom's, especially his half-orc bartender mother. Like, at the tavern that you took me, it's very much like home.
I look forward to meeting them.
When they go, he gives them all of the money that he's earned, because he doesn't really need it.
It's true. Galen has a lot, and he's more than happy to share. After meeting your moms and spending some more time with you, the night before you sail back to Saltmarsh, Galen pulls you aside and walks with you along the beach, stopping as the sun is setting over the water. So, hypothetically speaking, if one were to ask what you planned on doing for the rest of eternity, would that include me?
Hopefully.
I was hoping you'd say that. And he pulls out a platinum band and gets down on one knee and asks you to marry him.
Fortune would say yeah.
Alright. And you and Galen live happily ever after. And the sleepy little town of Saltmarsh gets on very well. Once the misunderstanding of what Reike Esso taking the airsail is cleared up, the monarch somehow hears that the mine, it was just a rumor. It wasn't really that successful. You're not entirely sure who put that idea into their head, but they're content to let the silver mining go on, but aren't really interested in continuing much of a presence beyond that. So tensions between the traditionalists and loyalists kind of die down for a while. And all is well. Thank you guys very much for a wonderful campaign. If members of our audience have any questions they would like to ask the cast or myself about anything that happened in the campaign that you're curious about, please go ahead and put them in chat. If any of my cast have questions for each other while we are waiting on those, absolutely feel free to ask them.
While we're waiting for questions, can I have everybody say a nice thing about Tessa and her excellent
No, you may not.
as a DM?
No, you may not.
Because you nailed it, Tess. You nailed it.
Aww.
It was a lot of fun.
No, Logan, I'm not answering that question.
We love our captain.
Shut up, Logan.
No.
I could answer that. Not only that, but also, Tessa, you are an excellent DM. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be in your first campaign that you've ever run. It has been a blast.
Thank
you. What Jaffa would have done was she would have collected the Airshale statue of herself from the dragon's lair. And she would have researched as much as she can how to make a Goa. And then she would, at her death, she would have figured out a way to transport herself into the Airshale body and become a Goa.
Oh wait, that's pretty bitchin'.
To live forever on the high seas.
Haha.
Joke's on you, Jaffer never dies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Urzok eventually becomes an archdruid, so he has no plans on dying anytime soon either.
Joke's on
Fortune
you. Go and
stops
sing.
aging at some point. He just continues to look like the same and is just like...
Headcanon accepted, Logan. Sorry. That's a Shenanigans reference for anybody who watched the show.
Also, Tessa,
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if you missed it earlier in the chat. Logan said he was going to make us cry on the first episode of Shenanitunes.
No, I caught it. I just chose to ignore it.
We reject your reality and substitute our own.
Mm-hmm.
We try anyway.
We have a question for Autumn. Did you tint your webcam or did you use makeup for the sea elf skin complexion?
I am, in fact, very, very pale, and I have camera tints. Hold on. I can actually go more blue.
That is amazing. As for how am I so awesome, I do not know, but thank you very, very much for that compliment. That's very sweet.
I have a question
Sure.
for Autumn. What becomes of your pets? Shiny Baby and the Cracker.
Oh, they come along on the ship. Her ship, her rules, all of her lovely pets, and probably a growing menagerie as the years go by, live on the ship and are just considered members of the Eyes of the Marsh. And there's a certain point at which no one but the newest of crew members ever comment on it anymore. It just becomes a very normal thing that there are all of these mildly dangerous to moderately dangerous creatures that are considered part of the crew. Eventually, she will also find a way to talk to them herself. She'll look for something magical that will allow her to talk to them all the time without a translator.
I'm
like
pretty
that's her
sure
big
Urzok
that's-
brings you strays every once in a while to take in.
Oh, yeah.
She takes them all.
I just had this terrifying but also amazing mental image of Coral bringing you back one of the stalker tree spiders from Lamina Island because they're so big you could use it for the mask.
Nope. Nope. Do not want.
Twiggy, yeah.
Yes!
Oh god, that's terrifying thought.
They'll have this conversation over drinks one night, and everyone else present is just doing what Tessa did. Oh god, no.
Pretty much.
Reed is just like, oh god. Okay. All right. This is happening.
So can I say something? It's not a question. It's just a comment about something that was said at one point, and I thought was very funny. Because Logan made the joke about like Fortune and Gwyn being Bonnie's parents. Fortune is technically half elf, half sea elf. It also has red hair. They're not. That wasn't intentional. I just want to say, first off, that was a thing. Second, that wasn't intentional, and I didn't notice and I didn't think about it until that exact moment. Anyway,
We'll say that one is not canonical, but very funny
It's
to
not.
think about.
I thought it was funny, but it's not. No.
Very funny to think about. Trying to think if I have any other
Was
questions.
Seraphina the one that awakened Crackers, or who did that?
Well, funny story. So, Crackers was taken in as a pet for Seraphina, who was a young woman of lower noble status, and he was trained to serve her and act as her something of an interpreter, as Seraphina herself was born without hearing and could only use sign language to speak. And she grew up to be rather devious and cunning and quite intelligent, and was recruited by the Sovereign to do a little bit of espionage work in Saltmarsh once it seemed the town was going to be of some use. And to that end, Crackers was awakened to make him more useful to her.
I like it.
Thank you for the 7. In case it was not clear, Seraphina, being the devious woman that she is, was actually the one who told the the Sovereign that the airshell that she had been tasked to find out was here was just a rumor. Ooh, that is a good question, quite unremarkable. If your character had chosen a different class, what class would it be?
I know
Barbarian.
mine. Rogue.
Yes, I want to see crack really badly. Man, you were vicious to that hag tonight. That was well done.
Considering I did a lot of, but that she ended up doing a lot of healing, I think cleric would have been a good one for Coral. Also, she liked taking care of everybody.
Jaffer prizes herself on being like smart and clever, so I think like wizard or rogue, like either one of those is perfect for her. She likes to be like a know-it-all. It seems like that really like fit her.
Well, the only other class would probably I did multi-class. I did have the levels of rogue, so not counting rogue, which would have been it. It just would have just been a solid swashbuckler. I don't know.
That is acceptable.
Sorcerer would like a storm sorcerer might have been.
Ooh,
good.
I could see that.
That is, in fact, what Varied is. Fun fact. Earth Genasi Stone Sorcerer. That's why the skin looks like it does. It's supposed to look like opal because it was once believed that that was lightning strikes, and I thought it was cool.
What about Urzak? What class would he have been?
Probably a coin flip between cleric and barbarian, or both. Porque no los dos.
Both.
Both is good.
Both is.
I didn't play that twice. Both is good.
Any other questions?
What was your favorite part of this campaign? Like what moment sticks out to you as like the most fun part?
Are you asking everybody or asking?
Everyone, sure,
Okay.
everyone. Yeah, why not?
It's a toss-up between baby Pesk and baby animals.
For me, it's a toss-up between just like that segment with the baby animals and everything there, and us just randomly freeing a vampire. I'm gonna be honest. That was
a great one for me as well. Just it was such a collective agreement.
That made me laugh really hard. The guys walked into the basement. I was like, literally the only basement in Saltmarsh in the campaign setting that actually says there is a vampire in the basement. I'm like, all right, okay, here we go.
Or everyone being cool with Jaffer's hiring shenanigans.
I like Jaffer's hiring shenanigans. It's very
Good.
Mhm.
Like Logan guessed it, I'm quite fond of. Things
Hi,
went
siblings.
a little silly.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
That was very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I have too many favorite moments. I think one of my favorite moments, though, was the reveal of Motley as Torma the entire time, and all of your faces when you realized that this tiny little Modron was actually an ancient red dragon. That was amazing.
You got all of us with that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ancient Brass Dragon, not Ancient Red Dragon.
I have a question for Tessa. What was the single biggest heel turn you had to do in this campaign where the party did something you completely weren't expecting and you had to just ad-lib your brains out?
Every session.
You're
Every
welcome.
session.
Welcome to DMing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jasper, or I keep saying Jasper instead of Jaffer. Jaffer hiring everybody pretty much was just an exercise in, okay, now what? I think the other one was on the Island of Pleasures when you guys were gonna go into the Temple of Rinth, and you guys were just like, nope, I'm out. And then dealing with the aboleths and actually talking to the aboleths instead of trying to fight them, I think was a big one where I was like, okay, they're gonna try to diplomacy this. I was expecting you guys to go guns blazing, so I think that was a big surprise. It turned out to be the much smarter option of the two. You guys did very well.
First you talk to it, then you try to recruit it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
either of those
If that
work,
doesn't-
then you punch it.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
multi-level marketing scheme.
And then
Yeah.
anytime I let Logan guest, was just the entire session. There was no plan because there couldn't
Because you
be.
can't. Yeah.
You can't plan for Pugnut. Pugnut is an entity unto himself. What is the one thing from the campaign you wish you'd done differently? I originally had Motley as the big bad, and then I decided I loved her too much, and I couldn't do that.
I never would have seen it coming.
Yeah.
You know?
I was delighted when you, up until the point where you volunteered her as the replacement council member. She was the big bad in my head, giving orders to Scarin behind the scenes. So when you I volunteer Motley, it was like delicious right into my plans, and I was like, I love her too much. I can't make her the big bad.
My impulse to not
Ray K becomes a mess.
My impulse to not vote for Motley and be the only one who didn't was apparently a good idea.
At the time, it was a very good idea. That was when I decided to make Motley Torment instead.
I don't necessarily regret anything I did in the campaign. I regret that I had to miss so many episodes recently because I wanted to be here to play because I like playing with you guys.
I also regret missing a lot of episodes, but that was kind of the nature of the beast for this one.
Mine was
I don't
also
really-
nature of beasts related.
Yeah.
Literally.
Beasts of nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really regret it, but part of me almost wishes that I had brought in Gwilyn's adopted Furbolg brother just for Fortune's reactions, which would actually be Jay's reactions. I will admit to that one.
You should
Straight
have
up
said
redheaded
call it
Furbolg.
out. The Beach Bugs were good episodes. Those were good episodes. I enjoyed those.
Anything I regret would have just extended this game longer, so I guess it's better off I
Yeah.
didn't screw around more.
Yeah.
We should have gone against the dragon just right away. That
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
hearing about a dragon. That's
Yeah.
what we should
Yeah.
The first time that they went to the island, basically, because I had left that as like, I don't know what Fortune's old captain thinks of him. I don't know. So, like, Fortune just like avoiding him entirely. I was like, he would, but I kind of wish he wouldn't, because I love the delicious drama. It's so good. It's very good, but it's really what it's done. So
what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Are there any character secrets that you wish had gotten shared?
I have loads of them. Gwilyn lies a lot, and no one questioned it.
So much. So much.
Hayes isn't even her last name. Hayes is not her last name. The family name is McMurrow, which means sea warrior. They collectively hide it. And she's a member of Tears of the Marsh. That's what the tattoo was about. That only came out at the end, really, as a thing everybody knows. Yeah, she had a few. Also, the locket that I wear here is in character. There is a picture of her adopted brother and sister on one side, her parents on the other, and a lock of black hair that I neither assigned to her friend Verid nor her ex-girlfriend, and I left it as a toss-up to see what Tessa would do.
I did not get a chance to do anything with it. I had some ideas, but it never worked its way in.
That's fine. Those are those secrets though that it just didn't happen.
I don't think Fortune. Nothing like Fortune didn't really have any secrets because he didn't really hide anything. But he also didn't really do or have that much to hide. Fortune's not his birth name, but because he changed it, like what it was doesn't really matter. He was actually named after his dad, who's not a tiefling. And then the fact that his dad is a CL, so he's like never considered like flirting with Gwilyn ever, because he's like, I don't know, so no. I don't think so, but no.
Oh, that would have been fun to play with, but no. Any other character secrets out there?
I can't think of any. Coral was a pretty open book. There weren't really any secrets going on there.
One thing I'm kind of sad that I never got to use is, if anyone had asked about Kraka's backstory, I had fake versions I was going to feed out to people over the campaign, but it never came out.
Yep. But they were delightful as well. They were absolutely wonderful. I know what they are, but
the only person who had to tell the backstory was me. Because it was important at that moment, just in case.
Jaffer have any secrets, or was she pretty much just the open book? I think Marigold, was the main secret,
Right.
but she wasn't really a secret after the Kraken.
So Jaffer, in her not youth, but in the younger, she had an adventuring party before that disbanded, and she was in love with a shepherd druid halfling named Marigold. She would wear an astral peacock feather in her hair, and unfortunately Marigold had died. And with that, the entire thing fell apart. The entire party fell apart, and she got on the first ship she could find and made her way as far away as possible, and just went from port to port working on ships. And then she ended up in Saltmarsh.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Discord, I think, just had an issue.
Yeah, just had a hiccup.
Oh, good.
At the end of Jeffers' story, though, so that was. Any other final questions before we get ready to call it a night?
Oh, who put together our marvelous intro that we've been showing at the start of each stream?
That would be Angela here at the Nerdsmith Network. And combined that with the art from Jay, aka Fortune. She did a marvelous job.
Commissions are allegedly open or opening soon.
Yeah.
That's
Just
what I hear.
DM me.
Give Jay all your money.
Yes.
All of it.
Yeah.
Don't make us pass the hat.
Okay, so our soundtrack comes from a place called artlist.io. It is a online database of 10,000 plus songs. It is, fortunately, none of them are able to be bought individually. But as Heather just posted in the chat, if you go to that link, if you are looking for campaign or music of any sort, it is a subscription service, but they are phenomenal. I use the songs for everything from streams to podcasts, and depending on the mood, it gets they get changed around.
Mm-hmm. And if you go follow that link, the specific one that I posted in our chat, you can actually get 2 free months if you do sign up for a year's worth of this subscription service. So
it is amazing, and I love their music too.
Yeah, they have a great selection.
I guess I had one DM secret that never came out. It's a little silly and it's completely meta, but Reike SO is an anagram of Kaiser Soze.
Nice.
You're welcome for that. Completely stupid, I know, but it made me giggle.
That's fun. It's like Lamina.
It is like Lamina,
Lamina is aminal.
but backwards. I can hear Logan grumbling in the other room about that right now, so.
Oh, that was the best player secret that a bunch of us kept the whole campaign. It was fantastic.
I will say, since he is producing our show, we probably should go ahead and wrap it up so he doesn't just pull the plug on us.
But we
Thank you
should
guys.
Whoa.
Yeah. So go ahead.
We should quickly say, if you enjoyed this stream and would like to find other great nerdy entertainment, you can check out patreon.com/wearenerds.
Absolutely. Can do. Thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to our audience members. We love your interaction. We enjoy spending time with you every Friday night. Alas, this is the last episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Dead Men Tell No Tales, but thank you guys so much for coming along with me. There will be a show coming in a couple of, well, maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months, coming back on Friday nights. I won't say more about that yet. It's not official, but there's something that's coming. So don't worry too much. Your Friday nights will be open for a little bit, but we will be back with more fun stories to tell soon enough. Let's go ahead, and I want to thank my amazing cast one more time. I cannot give you any teasers, but I will say it is not Dungeons and Dragons. It is a different system. That is the only thing I can say. Let's see what else. If you are a fan of modern fantasy, that's the other thing I will say. All right, let us go ahead and thank my amazing cast one more time. Crackers, where can the folks find you, and where can they find your dice roller, Matthew?
Well, I'll be taking a bit of a break now that this series has concluded. You can, of course, always find the VODs on YouTube of our entire campaign. My dice roller, Matthew, can be found as the DM of the Land Above podcast, and you can find him on Twitter at Matthew A. Seba.
Excellent. And Zach, where can the folks find you?
Sure. You could find me on Twitter at DuskFayDruid. You can also find me on the Nerdsmith Discord, where I run one-shots.
Excellent. Loki, where can the folks find you?
You could find me on Twitter at Loki Sooner, and occasionally bumming around here whenever they deign to let me out of my cage.
We'd let you on more often if your cage was easier to open.
And if you behaved.
Well, there's that.
Well, we don't need the behavior, but letting him out easily is a big one.
Gwilyn, where can the folks find you?
I can be found on Twitter as Lesalanta Blaze and on Discord as Lesalanta Nario.
Excellent. Jay, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at J with 2 Ys, TXE, or on the Discord server. I'm around usually.
And last but not least, Heather, where can the folks find you?
Hi, you can find me on Twitter at amethyst_magic with a CK. I'm also here on the Nerdsmith Twitch every Tuesday in Shenanigans, although we're sort of in preparation for season 2. And we're not doing reels yet, so I can't tell you who I'm going to be playing, but I did play Val in the previous season. And I'm also on the Geek Thyself podcast on the network, and you can find that at nerdsmith.org if you want to check out that show or any others that we happen to have.
Speaking of Shenanigans, for those of you who were fans of Shenanigans, the cast will be live next Tuesday night. We will be doing a one-shot. I am not sure. I will have to wait on Logan approval on this one if we are doing a one-shot to develop more backstories with our characters or if it is a separate one-shot. So I will let Logan standalone. Thank you, love. So there will be a standalone one-shot happening next Tuesday. Very soon we will be starting to do our quote-unquote dress rehearsals. And if you are on platforms like TikTok or Instagram or on Twitter, you may be able to find some character sketches that are beginning to float out and about of new characters for Shenanigans. I know that my character and Angelica's character have done some TikToks together, if you are on that platform. But you'll have to hunt them down. But yes, we will be back on Tuesday night, and I am so thankful you guys all came with us on this journey. Thank you to Logan, who is behind the scenes every Friday night, keeping our streams running, keeping our music going, reminding me when I've talked too long, and occasionally bringing me ginger cookies with Nutella in the middle, just in case I need a snack mid-stream. That was a fun surprise. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you guys again. And as I say, for the final time on this stream, carry on, you funky little tieflings. Good night, everybody.